In a great abyss just beside the vast mountains, a rabbit silently examines the field. Just then, a light too bright for a human to see stretches beyond the forest. A magical tree appeared, its vines hanging on the branches and flowing on the ground, as if surveying its surroundings. The tree suddenly coughed and almost choked to death. The tree looks around and realizes that it is lost. It seems aware that it is in the middle of wilderness. A bee buzzed in front of the tree. Zzz as it said. The tree began to panic. It realized that its hair had gone thick with leaves. The tree started to think it was a strange dream. Maybe because its life had gone busy. That's why many weird things are happening. The tree decided to go back to sleep. Maybe it will be back to normal after it wakes up. Seconds later, it panicked again. This tree is, in fact, a human who turned into a tree. This tree, a human rather, remembered having a sip of water, actually choked on water and died. How hilarious is that? The tree then started to ask more questions. Did I get reincarnated? Why did I turn into a tree? To this tree, being reincarnated means being attractive and having a harem. The tree realizes that it doesn't even have limbs. Without arms, how can it do one-handed pull-ups? Moreover, the tree began to think deeper. Repentance seems impossible. The tree suddenly noticed something. Commonly, trees do not have eyes, but this tree is different. It has a full range of vision. Imagine not turning your head 360 degrees to see everything. Furthermore, the tree sensed that it does not smell, but rather, it feels. The tree noticed that it has 50 branches, but the ironic thing is, it can only move one. The tree tried to move the remaining 49 branches, and it worked. Voila! The tree can finally control all its branches. As the tree found out what it could do, he imagined being pecked by a woodpecker. Just a single woodpecker is enough to kill a tree. Up on the horizon, a plane zooms by. The tree concludes that maybe it is in the modern world. Maybe the timeline is the same too. The bees buzzed again, but this time it was louder. The tree was furious. Like the legendary Bruce Lee, the tree chopped the bees with its branches. Double kill. The enemy has been slain. A series of notifications popped up in front of the tree. According to the projection, Yuzu, a mutant willow, has a lifespan of 0-120th years. Its ability is mutated branches. Passive abilities include receiving sunlight and killing other creatures. Yuzu recently gained 0.2 evolution points for killing the bees and receiving sunlight. Consequently, branches can be strengthened using the evolution points. Yuzu ruminates. He decided to use the evolution points to strengthen a few of his branches. He laughed. It felt like he had lifted weights in the gym. Yuzu spotted a beehive nearby. The buzzing is loud again. This time, there is nothing to worry about. With a swift cut, Yuzu slapped the shit out of the beehive. Half a month later, Yuzu had finally gained strength in all his branches. He thought of striking a huge slab of rock in front of him. Whirlwind tornado charge. His branches fused into one as he struck the rock. Yuzu examined the rock. His branches did not touch it, yet a small part of it was smashed by airwaves created by the branches. This could be a good technique Q used for an attack. Lure the enemy and kill it in one hit. Yuzu noticed that he also grown taller. He's not the same as the ordinary trees that we see. He's definitely a unique one. The roots are extraordinary as well. Yuzu feels like he's absorbing raw energy from the earth. He realizes that he's a special tree, and unlike humans, he can live longer. One day, he'll become as significant as the world tree. Acknowledging that life is better being a tree than a human, Yuzu is quite ecstatic with this new beginning. Breaking a few of his branches, he discovered a nest of peregrine falcons. Comparing an adult falcon's nature to a leopard, Yuzu was amazed by this creature. Fascinated by this knowledge, he realized that he lacks an air battle ability. Gaining another life as a tree, he must conquer all odds and do his best to survive. Tempest wolves roamed freely, ravaging every scrape left on Earth. Large-sized ants flew like tornadoes, destroying everything in their wake. A gigantic spider queen looms, making each tiny creature feel insignificant. Do you know that King Kong also exists in this world? What about a viper with a huge axe on its head? Yuzu killed another creature again. This time, it was a rabbit. He fed it to the baby peregrine falcons. After further strengthening his branches, he wants to grow his tree roots and trunks as well. Giving his evolution point to his roots, he felt a sharp pain as if he was being drilled continuously. His roots grew thicker than before. He proceeded to his trunk, but alas, it felt like he was kicked in the balls. The only life source he had. With no evolution points left, Yuzu decided to hunt again. Something moved behind the bushes. It's hero time. Out of curiosity, Yuzu went to the source of the sound. A wounded fox lies on the floor. Its mouth is open as it takes its last few breaths. With his branches, he poked the wounded fox. It is not dead yet due to the poison. He can't let it feed to the peregrine falcons. Yuzu contemplates. According to the projection, the liquid from his branches can be used as a cure for the fox. He decided to revive the fox, then kill it for evolution points. As it turns out, this tree isn't so stupid after all. Using the liquid from his branches, the wound stopped bleeding. The fox suddenly felt alive again. His eyes were glowing from the energy it received from the tree. Yuzu prepares to attack. However, the fox unleashed its power, the mighty Aegyo. The fox rubbed itself into the trunk of the tree. Yuzu was stunned. Despite its mighty strength, this tree is a huge softie for cute creatures like the fox. Yuzu hugged the fox like a fluffy stuffed toy that kids like to hug when they go to sleep. A shining light suddenly exploded. The red fox was in fact evolving. Its fur is as bright as the phoenix who rose from the ashes. It looks like the more evolved version of Fennekin from Pokemon. Yuzu opened his status window. Like the lovely fox, he is also at the beginner stage, just 5 stages ahead of the said creature. He recognized the potential of leveling up and becoming godly in his world. He wondered why the fox was wounded. Is it possible that it is being hunted by humans? Where are the humans anyway? Yuzu heard another sound nearby. 2 young women approached him carrying a pail of water and a basket of fruits. Recognizing these 2 unfamiliar faces, Yuzu activated his stealth mode. One of them called in Papa. It seems like he is the father of these 2 women. Yuzu realized that their father is buried beneath his tree roots. The 2 women offered their prayers and ate their offering. After eating, the 2 decided to take a bath. Yuzu, being a pervert that he is, wanted to see these beautiful women. Whether you are a tree or a human, perverts will remain perverts, and Yuzu is still one of them. As another week passed, Yuzu's world is filled with unknown dangers. A soar of eagles screeched. Apparently, these eagles are mutated golden eagles, a more dangerous bird than the peregrine falcons. From a distance, a red fox pounced, seizing the eagle by its powerful jaws. The 2 struggle for power. With the eagle's deadly claws, the red fox was crushed beneath it, its blood spilling from its skull. The eagle noticed a sound nearby. Before it could attack him, Yuzu unleashed his whirlwind tornado charge. The eagle wailed as it fell to the ground. Gaining additional evolution points, he wondered how the golden eagle found him. It must have been his aura. Yuzu, still vulnerable despite his level, decides to get stronger, together with his companions. Something erupted from the ground beneath. Feeling hazy, Yuzu saw several of his branches and roots being cut off. He had not sensed the enemy. Alarmed by this thought, he prompted the system to show the enemy's attributes. The enemy was in fact a war axe snake, a similar level to Yuzu. The snake counters his abilities, making him more vulnerable. They grabbed one of his branches. With the help of his friends, they tried to fight the snake. Yuzu strikes the snake's belly. Hissing in pain, the snake became more furious. Trying not to show his fear, Yuzu strengthened his roots, striking the snake again, but alas, the snake seemed distracted. It slowly retreated, going back to where it came from. Yuzu realized he is not as strong as he seemed to be. Not wanting to face the same situation again, Yuzu continues to evolve along with his companions. His branches grew back and his body got bigger. The red fox grew robust. The peregrine falcons zoom across the sky faster than the speed of light. Yuzu noticed that his change affected them. Wanting to finish what he started, Yuzu asked the falcons to search for the war axe snake. Just then, the 2 women from the other day came back, running towards Yuzu. A horde of wild animals was chasing them. He thought that his aura lured them towards him. A wild boar chased down the girls, but the red fox leaped towards the boar, saving the 2 women. The other animals began to attack the red fox, but the peregrine falcons soared to them, defending the red fox. With his newfound strength, Yuzu positioned himself, ready to attack these ferocious beasts. Prepare to be evolution points, you bastards. Striking them with his enhanced branches, Yuzu killed several mutated creatures. Instead of killing the brawny ones, he decided to keep them. After being chased by the wild beasts, the 2 women were exhausted. Yuzu thought of any worst-case scenario. Out of all scenarios, being an ugly tree in the zoo seemed like an unfavorable one. I guess being attractive still matter in your second life, huh? One of the girls woke up. Yuzu showed his most ominous look. The girls thought the tree would attack them, but Yuzu did write something on the ground. As he anticipated their reaction, the girls asked him about their greatest secret. Luckily, the system knows. Xiaoling likes her neighbor, while Shouqing skipped school to take care of their family. Is it because their father is buried under this tree that it knows their secrets? What if the time flow made their father's soul fuse with the tree? Yu Ziyu gave the sisters a pair of hairpins as a gift to them. Shou Qing and Xiao Ling told the tree about the unexpected happenings for the last 2 months. The spiritual energy of the East and the magic of the West could be the reason for this occurrence. Xiao Ling, being the silly girl that she is, fed the untamed wolves some scraps from the animal war. Xiao Hong, the red fox, threatened the wolves. Whimpering, the wolves decided to eat the scrap. Yu Ziyu contemplated what to do with the beasts that he captured. He gained additional strength from this sudden event. After leveling up from the beginner stage, maybe he could reach the ranking stage this time. Reviewing his new capabilities, Yu Ziyu garnered a total of 149 evolution points. In addition to his enhanced strong regeneration, he can also create a dense fog barrier that can cause hallucinations to enemies. Reaching the first rank, he can't wait to kill a war axe snake, yet he must kill the stronger enemies nearby. The sooner, the better. Activating his dense fog barrier, Yu Ziyu told Xiao Hong to send the sisters down the mountain. Still recovering from the sudden turn of events, the sisters cannot believe they are riding on a red fox. Yu Ziyu continued to evolve. The hallucinogenic effect of the fog has a great reaction on the creatures surrounding him. He decided to upgrade this ability. However, he can't upgrade another skill, the life force, due to insufficient evolution points. His roots continued to spread underneath the ground. Feeling more connected to the world around him, the peregrine falcons came back. Perching on one of his branches, they told Yu Ziyu that they couldn't find the war axe snake. He told them to continue the search. Disturbed by the noise created by the wolves, Yu Ziyu slapped them with his branch. The sisters came back from the ride. Xiao Ling was furious with the idea of bullying the wolves. Wolves are cute. This girl must be crazy. Shou Qing, on the other hand, treated their wounds. The wolves whimpered silently. Meanwhile, Xiao Ling and Bald Head are fighting over a beef jerky. Yu Ziyu realized that the Bald Head escaped. Tying it carefully this time, the Bald Head squirmed violently. Xiao Ling gave it a slice of beef jerky. This Bald Head is actually a softie. Shou Qing befriended other creatures that Yu Ziyu kept. It seems like the sisters are getting cozier with these animals. What a cute sight, indeed. Despite this positive event, another danger lurks behind the curtains. Back in the village, the sun shines brightly. Xiao Ling and Shou Qing hurriedly headed towards the mountains. Already concerned, the grandfather wonders why they frequently go there, as if there is something going on that he does not know about. Good grandparents are the best thing in the world, aren't they? Meanwhile, Yu Ziyu searches for Xiao Hong, the red fox. Apparently, Xiao Hong picked up the sisters again. With the sisters on its back, the red fox leaped into the forest. Xiao Qing, the quirky one, smirked. She bought fertilizer for Yu Ziyu, the tree where their father was buried. They wanted to make their father stronger, not knowing that it continuously evolves by killing creatures in the forest. Xiao Ling looked up to the sky, sensing that rain would surely come. Xiao Hong was alarmed by an unexpected visitor. The war axe snake looked more powerful than before. The snake hissed at them. An impending doom is coming for the sisters. At Yu Ziyu's territory, the tree fights a swarm of mutated bees. He continues to gather more evolution points. Despite the expensive cost of leveling up, nothing gets in between him and the thought of getting stronger. His branches grew more frightening, collecting more creatures at once. It looks like the Mind Flayer in Stranger Things. With his improved senses, he formed a protection circle around him. Meanwhile, the creatures he kept are still tied to his branches. Yu Ziyu wonders where Xiao Hong went. Unbeknownst to him, the war axe snake became more dangerous, killing anything mis on its path. What does this mean to the hero of our story? Yu Ziyu is getting more worried. The sisters haven't arrived, as did Xiao Hong. The tree urged Ada, a peregrine falcon, to fly with his brothers to search for them. Xiao Hong suddenly arrived, badly wounded from the encounter with the war axe snake. No, not our precious red fox. Yu Ziyu hurriedly used his life essence to cure Xiao Hong. The red fox slowly regains its strength, whereas Shou Qing and Xiao Ling. From a distance, the war axe snake is about to devour one of the sisters. Yu Ziyu was furious. With his swift branches, he grabbed the girl before the snake could eat her. Yu Ziyu got angrier. The snake did not solely want to eat Shou Qing, and it seemed like it ate the branch that got from Yu Ziyu. Yu Ziyu knocked the snake out, sending it far away from his territory. Sensing that the tree was back, the war axe snake retreated. Yu Ziyu is not its enemy, but rather a creature to devour. This snake surely belongs to the Slytherin house. Sneaky and devious as freak. After getting Shou Qing, Yuzu used his remaining life essence. He repeatedly healed her, utilizing more of his energy. The creatures got uneasy. The system told Yuzu that there is no sign of vitality from Xiaoqing. No, Xiaoqing, please don't die. Xiaoqing lies still, its lifeless body unmoved. At the village, Xiaoling does not move either. Their grandfather grew anxious as the village doctor delivered terrible news. Even if Xiaoling survives, she might become a disabled person. Please fight Xiaoling, we need your pure soul. The village head came back from the search. They found nothing of Xiaoqing. Ada, who was sitting on a tree, looks at the window. Yuzu also knew of Xiaoling's condition. This unfortunate event fueled Yuzu's anger. Together with his companions, he rallied with them. Getting ready to fight the War Axe Snake once and for all, Avengers, assemble. Due to the energy released by Yuzu and his gang, numerous accidents have been reported. 17 planes crashed near the archipelago. More than 20 ships sunk within half a month. Mutated crows flew everywhere. Even the sea creatures turned into mutated beasts. As these beasts get stronger, they want to conquer more areas within Peng Lake. Reports said that it became a dead zone. The spiritual energy era officially begins. Why does this feel like the spirit world from Avatar? The Legend of Korra. As reports of mutated beasts continue to increase, the head officer commanded his subordinates to mark out areas that has a spiritual energy exceeding 5,000. Creatures who have 1,000 plus spiritual energy are hard to suppress, as they act like well-trained military soldiers. Moreover, creatures who have 5,000 plus spiritual energy are worse. The head officer detected 8 areas with 5,000 plus spiritual energy. Maybe it's Yuzu and his friends. The red alarm alerted everyone in the room. Apparently, the system detected a spiritual energy with an amount at 18,000. What the F? Is this the end of the world for them? In Yuzu's world, creatures' size matters more than anything. Yuzu's mates are currently fighting the War Axe Snake. The White Crane, who is on beginner rank 3, cough out blood. The Black Cow, who is on beginner rank 2, cries in pain. Bald Head, being as crazy as Xiaoqing, attacked the War Axe Snake as well. Despite their quantity and upgrade, Yuzu's companions have no match against the War Axe Snake, who is currently on beginner rank 9. Together, they simultaneously attacked the snake in hopes of achieving victory. The War Axe Snake hissed as blood spilled from its eyes. Yuzu's companions were not yet finished. Another creature enters the scene, full of bloodlust and fury. Xiaohong bares its teeth. Cue and some battle music, please. This is not the first time that the War Axe Snake and the Red Fox encountered each other. No wonder the Red Fox really wants to kill this ferocious beast. The Red Fox was merely prey when the snake first saw it. The second time was when Yuzu fought with it. The last time was incredibly painful for Xiaohong. This bastard almost killed the sisters, and he was only at rank 7 that time. Poor creature. Turning pain into power, the Red Fox roared, its tail bursting with flames. The War Axe Snake noticed its raw power. It roared back, but the Red Fox relentlessly stands still. The two creatures clashed, sending each other to death. With its deadly axe tail, poisonous fangs, and tough scale, the War Axe can quickly gain an upper hand in any battle. The Red Fox was not threatened by this. Xiaohong watched, burying his claws on the snake's skin. Let's go, Xiaohong, avenge the sisters. The snake quickly retaliates. Up in the sky, the peregrine falcons dove into the snake. Here comes the bullet dive. The snake wailed, surprised by the attack. A crack opens on the top of his belly. Wounded by the battle, Xiaohong catches his breath. The peregrine falcons are not yet done with this bastard. As they fly like jets in the sky, the peregrine falcons let out a loud scream. The snake was caught off guard by this. Even Xiaohong felt the intimidation brought by the falcons. It seems like the falcons are ready to die just to kill this bastard. Flying faster than the speed of light means death, but the falcons are not afraid of it. They are the definition of strength and numbers. The falcons did not forget Yuzu's kindness. He adopted them, despite the cost of caring for a nest full of young birds. Deep in her hearts, Yuzu is like a parent to them. What happened to the sisters deeply affected Yuzu. Ada and the falcons will not forget that day. If Yuzu wants to kill the snake and avenge the sisters, the falcons will help Yuzu without any hesitation, even if it means die in the end. The peregrine falcons soared once again. Using their bullet dive, the snake screamed in agony. They strike the snake everywhere, on its body and its tail. The enemy shrieked again. As bullet dive attack requires lots of their energy, the falcons slowly descended in the air. The battle left Yuzu's companions severely wounded. Xiao Hong waits for its turn as it gazes at its companions. Regardless of the wounds acquired from the battle, the war axe snake stood once again. Not wanting to accept defeat, it hissed at Xiao Hong. As it attacks the red fox, a strong branch interferes. Our guy Yuziyu is here. Let's freaking go. Yuziyu sends the snake back, catching off its guard once again. He let out a hallucinogenic fob within the area. At last, Yuziyu encountered the snake again. The snake stood up again, its killing instinct still alive. Yuziyu recalled his past encounters with this bastard. You must not let it escape. The snake just realized that he was tricked by Yuziyu. He lured it into his circle so he could come and finish it at once. Yuziyu wrapped the snake with all his branches and roots. Bringing the snake closer, he tightened his grip, making sure that the snake wouldn't escape again. The snake howled, coughing out blood everywhere. At last, the war axe snake is dead. Yuziyu gained 90 evolution points for killing it, wounded from the battle. Yuziyu's companions helped each other. Dissatisfied with the aftermath, Yuziyu struck the snake once again, like a child punching a rag doll. He urged the snake to get up as if it was still alive. Yuziyu punched the snake again and again, beating it into pulp. Burdened with pain and sorrow, Yuziyu screamed. He tries to find meaning to his actions. For him, killing the snake who killed the sisters is justifiable, in a world where the strong kills the weak. Yuziyu continued to rationalize what he did, yet all he felt was anger and sadness. Sensing Yuziyu's energy, his companions cried of him too. Are you guys crying? Because I am. Fob descended into the valley. At the village, a woman is lying on the ground. Xiao Qing's grandfather weeps, hugging his granddaughter. Before heading back to the forest, Xiao Hong gave a one last glance to Xiao Qing. Xiao Hong is so precious, too precious for this world. In a forest, Yuziyu expresses gratitude to his companions. Because of him, he finally killed the war axe snake. As a parting gift, he gave him his life essence. Yuziyu's companions glowed. They looked more vigorous, unlike the rugged look they got from fighting with the war axe snake. The wild cow looked like a minotaur. The tempest wolves grew larger, having the wind's power as their additional talent. Yuziyu was overjoyed. His companions evolved, and he wants to see them getting stronger. Out of all his companions, only Bald Head and the monkey leveled up by 1 rank. They look cute though. Lol. The tempest wolves bowed. The crane urged the stubborn Bald Head to bow in respect as well. Yuziyu was touched by their gesture. The creatures decided to stay by his side. In return, Yuziyu promised to protect them. He still has a lot to learn in this world. Yet Yuziyu knows that survival is the only way to live in it. As stars twinkle on the night sky, the battle with the war axe and it seemed like it did not happen. Yuziyu's companions patrolled their territory. The peregrine falcon scouted the sky while the tempest wolves roamed on the ground. The wild cow, monkey, and the crane cleaned the battlefield. Xiao Hong, the red fox, is guarding at the top of the valley. As for Bald Head, of course, he is lazy as freak. What do you all expect? Yuziyu grabbed the bull-headed creature. He is more stubborn than the wild cow itself. The tree threatened the bald head to work. Suddenly, a pure light radiates within Yuziyu's territory. A woman emerged from a ball of light. Oh my god, who is this woman? What is this ball of energy? What's going on? The projection popped up. Apparently, Yuziyu gained a new ability. He can nourish his spirit soul using his tree branches. Xiao Qing became a mutated spirit soul. How awesome is that? Yuziyu remembered something about a god tree called Nourish Soul Tree. Using his branches, he carefully held Xiao Qing. Xiao Qing woke up. She asked numerous questions to Yuziyu. Despite her soul revival, she does not recall who she was. Yuziyu cared so much for her that he couldn't let go of her. Hence, she became a mutated spirit soul. He swore to protect her once again. Bald Head wonders what is happening to his master. As it turns out, only Yuziyu can see Xiao Qing's spirit. Bald Head thinks he was the most important person to Yuziyu. His face went oh woo, literally. Xiao Qing clutched her head. She hears a lot of voices inside her head. Voices of people she's not familiar with. Xiao Qing felt a pang of sadness. Who are these people? Yuziyu observes. Since her soul did not appear, it means that Xiao Ling is still alive. As twins, maybe their souls fused together. Xiao Qing coughs in pain. Her soul isn't stable at the moment. Yuziyu gave Xiao Qing a bit of his life essence. Xiao Qing felt calmer. She sees things much more clearly now. Xiao Qing told Yuziyu that she can enter Xiao Ling's consciousness. Their unconscious bodies were at the village, yet their spirits stayed with Yuziyu. Consequently, Xiao Qing's spirit can control Xiao Ling's body. However, controlling the body takes a huge toll on Xiao Qing's spirit. Apparently, she can both enter and control Xiaoling's body. The tree concocts a plan. Yuzu wants Shou Qing to live as Xiaoling in this world. Oh my god. Meanwhile, the officer's next target is the mountain surrounded by a dense fog. What does this mean to Yuzu and his friends? Rain and fog swept along the valley. Using a GPS, the officers detected a village nearby. They decided to stay there for the meantime, as the spiritual energy era consumed their world. Some humans gain extraordinary abilities. These humans are called super beings. One of the rumored first-generation super beings is a man named Yan Go Yuan. In Yuzu's territory, Shou Qing is practicing her newfound abilities. Yuzu asked her regarding the day they encountered the snake. After their death, Yuzu assumes they will not let this slip like nothing had happened. The tree decides on what to do in case the villagers attack their territory. Yuzu does not want to fight with humans. Consequently, he released a fog cover, expanding its reach. Yuzu also wants his companions to evolve quickly too. Soon, he'll be able to create a foggy country. They will dominate this mountain. Yuzu detected an unusual energy. A group of humans entered his territory. Oh no, the commander asked the other officers to stay behind and guard their vehicle while others went to the village. Apparently, these armored vehicles are their weapon in killing the beasts. A small armor-piercing projectile sits inside the vehicle, loaded with powerful bullets. This is going to be a bloodbath. Sensing the urgency of the situation, the commander informed his people about the beasts with 10,000 spiritual energy. Suddenly, a cry erupted from the village. Yan Gao Yuan told the commander to find out what happened. As fast as the peregrine falcons, Yan Gao Yuan fled. Yuzu detected his energy. He thinks that the people who entered his territory are different. This is definitely bad news for them. Yuzu wondered how they came into their territory. Utilizing her profound abilities, he asked Shou Qing regarding the situation in the village. Shou Qing felt strange. She started to feel like Xiaoling's memories were trying to merge with her spirit. Recalling what happened with the snake, Yuzu urged Shou Qing to drink his life essence. Why does this sound so weird? Lol. In the village, Xiaoling's body lies still. Yan Gao Yuan arrived, looking at her unperturbed body. Wake up and run, Xiaoling. Yan Gao Yuan examined Xiaoling's body. He knew that there was something going on in her body, as if a weak spiritual energy exists in it. According to her aura, her fire element is rare. Is this turning avatar? The legend of Aang, lol. If the village knows about Xiaoling's power, they would not understand it. Yan Gao Yuan lifted his sleeve and pulled a potion. Apparently, the potion can get energy from its surroundings and replenish the one that uses it. In the forest, Yuzu asked Shou Qing about the village. His life essence helped Shou Qing, but it was not enough to boost up her power. Back in the village, Yan Gao Yuan gave the potion to Xiaoling. Xiaoling glowed. Power surged not only on Xiaoling's body, but also in Shou Qing's spirit. A streak of red light burst into the sky. Astounded by this sight, the officers could not believe what they saw. At last, Xiaoling was awake. The villagers were overjoyed by this wonderful event. Yan Gao Yuan was shocked. How could she just wake up like that? Some people need almost half a day for them to replenish her energy. What the F is going on? Shou Qing is not yet used to Xiaoling's body. Yuzu urged her to adapt, as he needed her to act as a spy in the village. Because of Xiaoling's revival, the village decided to celebrate. They toast and eat in honor of Xiaoling. Shou Qing, still in Xiaoling's body, asked Yan Gao Yuan about their plan for the village. According to him, the mutating beasts are roaming everywhere, and they are planning to do some research. Acting like a real spy, Shou Qing continued to ask for more information. Apparently, spiritual energy satellites detected a strange energy in the forest. Yuzu was surprised by this. Humans are not so dumb after all. Well, furthermore, the soldiers were tasked to evacuate the area. They also want to search for the new mutated beast that the satellite has found. Yuzu decides to evolve deliberately. Now the humans have advanced technology, he can't risk being detected. This is the War Axe Snake's fault. He also concluded that they are carrying advanced weapons as well. It seems like the forest creatures are not the only ones that they should think about. Yan Gao Yuan asked Xiaoling's grandfather, the village head, about their plans. The village had no other choice but to let Xiaoling come with them. Yan Gao Yuan reassured the village head about Xiaoling's condition. He will make sure they will get the best doctor to treat Xiaoling. They must go down to the mountains first before picking her up. After an exchange of goodbyes, the soldiers descended further into the mountains. As the fog continued to thicken, the soldiers started to get anxious. It seemed like they had lost their way. Little did they know, The Tempest Wolves were waiting for them, ready to tear the soldiers one by one. As the soldiers went deeper into the mountains, they continued to get lost. They sensed that something was wrong with the fog. It must have been the increasing amount of spiritual energy in the area. Despite the illusions caused by the fog, Yan Gaoyu had managed to figure out the trick behind the fog. Suddenly, a Tempest Wolf roared, trying to scare off the soldiers. They brought out their weapons frantically. Sensing the incoming danger, the commander alerted his subordinates. The Tempest Wolf pounced, catching the commander off guard. With its mighty jaws, the wolf grabbed the commander away from his group. For a split second, the group did not know what to do. Yan Gaoyuan realized that it is a mutated Tempest Wolf. The commander hangs in between the wolf's jaw as if it's ready to chew and eat it. Aiming at the wolf, the soldiers started to shoot, but alas, the bullets bounced back. With the F, the soldiers scattered around, attempting to dodge the bullets. Why do they look like scouting rangers from Attack on Titans? Lol. Yang Gaoyuan was furious. Like lay-by Ackerman trying to save Commander Irwin, he gave the wolf a roundhouse kick on the face. Grabbing the commander's hand, Yan Gaoyuan escaped from the wolf's grasp. In return, the wolf got angrier. It attacked Yan Gaoyuan. The fog got denser. A ferocious creature emerged. It's the stubborn bald head. The soldiers swiftly got their guns and shot it. With a spiritual energy of 4,000 to 6,000, Bald Head growled at them. Despite Bald Head's deceptive looks, it can surely kill. Even high-ranked ferocious beasts should not be ignored. One of the soldiers got enraged. He shot Bald Head once again. Dust and smoke covered the entire scene. No one flinched. Yet, the soldiers wondered if the ferocious little beast was still alive. Suddenly, 3 Tempest Wolves appeared beside Bald Head. The wolves looked like they were going to eat them. Full of bloodlust, the wolves are ready to fight these pesky humans. But Yan Gaoyuan has a plan in place. The dense fog from the outer night has finally lifted. Beams of light made their way through the forest. Deeply wounded from the battle, the soldiers retreated. Yan Gaoyuan felt frustrated because of Bald Head. Good job, Bald Head. We thought you're useless. The soldiers thought they could kill it, despite its small size. 6 of the brothers had died, all because of Yu's companions. Yu sighed in relief. With the help of his companions, they finally drove the soldiers away from the forest. Even if he wants to kill them, Yu can't risk attracting more humans in his territory. The tree vows to get stronger again, making sure he won't face the humans for another time. Speaking of Xiaoqing, Yu asked about her well-being. Living in Xiaoling's body for the meantime, she reported her encounter with the soldiers. Apparently, Xiaoling got on a vehicle with a different team. The tree asked Xiaoqing to act as a puppeteer to Xiaoling's body. Poor Xiaoqing. Yu did not expect Xiaoling to gain an elemental talent. For him, this is a chance for them to gain information from humans. One of the soldiers checked out Xiaoling. Poor Xiaoling. Men are really perverts. The soldiers chattered as Xiaoling fell asleep. Little did she know that the 2 soldiers were checking her out. As it turns out, Xiaoqing can control Xiaoling for a limited amount of time. Yu decided to provide more life essence to Xiaoqing. Yu, you manipulative bastard. Lol. After fighting in the battle, Bald Head and the Tempest Wolves had finally arrived. The honey badger was severely wounded. Yu reconsiders whether to give his life essence to his companions. As he thinks of a better idea, the tree managed to make a pond full of life essence. His territory looked like an oasis in the middle of the desert. Yu's companions were amazed. The wolves, together with Bald Head, bathed in the soothing pond. The Spirit River, the source of the pond's water, has incredible amounts of spiritual energy. Yu's roots absorb its water, making him more robust. If he could make a pond out of it, maybe it could nourish his friends as well. This will be a huge help for them. Furthermore, Xiaoling arrived at the Super Being Research Center. The leader has been waiting for them. Yan Gaoyuan wonders if she will be compared to others who are stronger than her. At the Super Being Research Center, the leader looks stern. He assumed that Yan Gaoyuan fought firmly with the soldiers at the mountain. Being the dutiful super being that he is, Yan Gaoyuan affirmed the leader. The old man asked about the fog, who knows if it can affect the human's mental spirit. For them, the condition of the mountain is still unexplainable. The leader ordered a yellow warning in the area. If it gets worse, certain repercussions need to be made. As for Xiaoling, Yan Gaoyuan assumed she might be the strongest among them. The areas were divided into 4 classifications. The green area where the humans live. The yellow area, where one must be cautious. The red area needs human intervention, and lastly, the restricted area, which is the most dangerous of all. Bermuda Triangle, a restricted area, became worse when the Spirit Era happened. Yuzu's territory is considered a yellow area, and a lot of areas in the world reached this level too. Yuzu's friends are becoming stronger every day. Xiao Hong received a standing ovation for his spectacular show's strength. The bald head showed its talent too. After the encounter with the humans, Yuzu assumed he finally achieved some peace. Meanwhile, the Tempest Wolves came back from their hunt. Killing the creatures they had captured, the tree gained some evolution points. Yuzu was getting more cunning as it seems. Mutualism at its finest, the wolves ate their catch. Disgusted by this sight, Yuzu turned to the red fox. Xiao Hong is so composed, very graceful and elegant. On the other hand, the monkey eats Yuzu's leaves. Like the graceful Xiao Hong, the cranny silently glides on the pond. Gaining 172 evolution points, Yuzu contemplates what to do with it. As he ranks up, uprating becomes more expensive. His branches can cause ultimate paralysis and stun attack. Curious by his new abilities, he used it on Bald Head. What the F is wrong with this tree? Lol. Yuzu was amazed. However, Bald Head was not affected by his powers. Lol. According to Xiao Qing, Bald Head is born with anti-poison properties, making it invulnerable to poison. Yuzu was surprised that Xiao Qing came back. She reported what happened to the research center. Having two souls fused in one body, the twins are definitely stronger. With the aid of Yuzu's life essence, she will become a powerful creature. The greedy tree gave another dose of his life essence to Xiao Qing. Back in the Super Being Research Center, Xiaoling starts her training. Let's go, Queen. At the Super Being Research Center, Yan Gao Yuan gave Xiaoling a brief background about the facility. The aim of the research center is to gather all super beings all over the world. Moreover, it also facilitates researching spiritual energy. Because of this, Yan Gao Yuan thinks it should be called his academy instead of a research center. As they both entered the recruitment ground, one of the super beings noticed Xiaoling's energy. Standing on the top floor, the director informed them what they were about to do. Super beings must adapt with the changing nature of the world. With their abilities, they will begin a new era. The students shouted in unison. The first test begins. One by one, the students undergone the spiritual energy test. The examiner checks each of the super beings' energy. Others have low to medium amount of spiritual energy. This batch of super beings are worse than the previous ones. A slender woman named Yan Lang Ling finally took the test. Garnering 2,000 energy, she passed the test. The examiner was stunned by the numbers. Yan Lang Ling was not surprised by this. The examiner called another name. This time, it is Xiaoling. Everyone, even the director, anticipated the outcome as Xiaoling put her hands on the screen. A huge beam of energy erupted. The number continues to rise as if it could reach 10,000 points. With her limitless energy, she broke the energy test. Yan Lang Ling nervously laughed. She never thought that a country girl like Xiao Ling was stronger than her. The examiner told everyone to go to their designated arenas. For super beings who have a high energy standard, they must try to touch Yan Gao Yuan within 1 hour using any method. Back in the forest, Yuzu is chilling by the pond. As if everything is alright, Bald Head silently poops, ruining Yuzu's mood. The two bickered again. These two are like a married couple. Lol. Barely scraped from the fight, Yan Gao Yuan stood in the center of the arena. Around him, the super beings were exhausted from the battle. Yan Gao Yuan laughed. If no student can touch him, then all of them will be disqualified. Just you wait for our queen Xiaoling. As 50 minutes had passed by, only Yan Lang Ling and Xiaoling remained in the arena. The rest of the super beings were incredibly exhausted. Yan Gao Yuan challenged them once again. Taunting the remaining students, Xiaoling got anxious. She can't get disqualified. Surging with raw power, Xiaoling prepares to fight. Yan Lang Ling got terrified. This woman has no chill, the F. Using her fire energy, Xiaoling darted past Yan Gao Yuan. But she barely managed to leave a scrape. He challenged her once again. Going in multiple directions, Xiaoling flew everywhere. She's like an OP hero from an anime. For a newbie, everyone was surprised. Xiaoling hit Yan Gao Yuan as fast as she can. Before she could attack him again, Yan Lang Ling sent her flying off the wall. Yan Lang Ling successfully passed the test. Sneaky woman. Yan Gao Yuan swiftly approached Xiaoling. Despite her bleeding head, Xiaoling ignores it. She suddenly remembered what Yuzu said to her. Yan Gao Yuan wanted Xiaoling to go to the clinic, but Xiaoling told him to freak off. Yan Lang Ling teased Xiaoling. She did not expect Xiaoling to lose against her. Xiaoling repeated what Yuzu said to her. Filled with anger, she put Yan Lang on the ground. Gasping for air, she urged Zhao Ling to let go of her. Zhao Ling is so scary. She really wants to kill Yan Lang. Before she could release a final blow, Yan Gao Yuan stopped her. He told Xiao Ling that she passed the test as well. Yan Lang, still on the ground, catches her breath. Seeing her raw energy, the research center decided to make Xiao Ling stronger. Back in the forest, Shou Qing told Yu Ziyu what happened at the research center. The villagers were urged to move to the city since the mountain is not safe anymore. Winter finally arrived. Yu Ziyu continues to get stronger day by day. Another creature looms. This time would be different. In the northwest region, the soldiers succeeded in excavating spirit stones from the earth. Despite the victorious mission, a lot of lives were lost because of it. As the soldiers retreated, a giant creature broke out from the ground. Armor of the silver, the centipede roared. As usual, Yu Ziyu strengthened his branches. He cannot wait to reach rank 2. Reaching rank 2 means being invulnerable to nuclear weapons. Interesting. If he evolves into Transcend rank 2, humans will definitely know his location. For the first time, Yu Ziyu was afraid of humans. Back in the research center, the super beings are struggling to deal with the Spirit Stone mission. Its energy lured huge amounts of mutated beasts. At the beginning, the soldiers only encountered 4,000 spiritual energy from mutated rats and birds. Eventually, a Transcend rank 2 centipede slithered, spreading terror in the northwest region. The research center sent a team of super beings to deal with the crisis. Xiao Qing delivered this news to Yu Ziyu. According to the research center, the Spirit Stone is a special ore with an immense amount of energy. It can be used to speed up power and be on the same level as Yu Ziyu. Yu Ziyu was pissed. He also needs to think about what to do with the silver centipede. It killed almost half of the super beings. The centipede is no joke. Yu Ziyu deduced that the centipede could be hiding its energy. Consequently, this is the first inland disaster rank mutated beast. Yu Ziyu asked Xiao Ling if he could fight it. Xiao Qing gave a vague answer. In terms of power, the silver centipede is more powerful than the tree. Yu Ziyu urged Xiao Qing to go back to Xiao Ling's body. Xiao Ling went to see Instructor. She asked him if she could go to the northwest region. Instructor disagrees. He wonders why Xiao Ling wants to go there and risk getting killed. At Yu Ziyu's territory, the peregrine falcons captured an ant queen. Together with its colony, Yu Ziyu prepares himself to kill these creatures and turn them into evolution points. Garnering almost 800 points, he strengthened his tree roots again. This tree has no chill too. Pain increases every time he levels up. On the other side of the forest, Baldhead lies on a ground full of snow. What the F does this mean for Baldhead's fate? Deep in the frosted areas of the forest, Baldhead catches his prey. As he brought his fish away from the pond, he spotted a group of creatures nearby. Baldhead sneered at them. However, he still shared his fish with them. Baldhead is so wholesome. That's my boy, lol. In return, they give an offering to him. Waving his hand, Baldhead said his goodbyes to these creatures. Baldhead surely is having a good time. Suddenly, Baldhead flung from his seat. A tide of snow almost ate him, twice as big as he is. The creature looked at Baldhead. The green turtle stood still, as if he wanted to squash Baldhead with his giant feet. Baldhead looked like he was going to cry. His newly found friends were crushed beneath the turtle's feet. He let out a loud scream. Sensing what was going on, the Tempest wolves ran into the source of the sound. Baldhead was buried deep in the snow, as if the green turtle did what his giant feet could do. Terribly wounded, the wolves brought him back to Yu Ziyu. Obviously, Yu Ziyu used his life essence again. The tree commanded the wolves to find the creature that tormented the honey badger. Yu Ziyu asked Xiao Hong to come with him as well. He badly wants to kill the green turtle. Xiao Qing also asked the tree to go with the search too. After her encounter with the instructor, Xiao Qing told Yu Ziyu about the Spirit Stone. It seemed like the Spirit Stone can conceal spiritual energy. The tree realized why the silver centipede grew without being detected. Xiao Qing asked Yu Ziyu for some patience. Soon enough, they will get the Spirit Stone and use it to level up. Even a pair of Spirit Stones will not conceal Yu Ziyu's power as soon as he continues to get stronger. Yu Ziyu reassured Xiao Qing that she needs to secure her Spirit Stone first. Surely, the underground Spirit River will help him in other ways. After deducing, it seems that the power of the river itself came from the Spirit Stone mine. The tree realized that his opponent this time is tougher than the War Axe Snake. Yu Ziyu changed his mind. He commanded Xiao Hong and the wolves to check out the scene. Yu Ziyu asked the crane and the falcons to fly around and see if there's anything suspicious. Digging a hole in the ground, the tree asked Xiao Qing to follow the river's path. Yuzu tells his friends to report this time, instead of getting engaged with the enemy. With the task at hand, Yuzu's companions flew to their designated areas. "Let's go, Yuzu's friends. You all can do this." Xiaoqing found several spirit stones in the mine. A roar echoed inside the cave. An African giant tortoise emerged from the hole, guarding the blood herb. The plant serves as a treasure for evolution. Xiaoqing thinks it could help her master, Yuzu. Not wanting to let go, the tortoise roared again. Striking the oars, Xiaoqing flew as she held the blood herb. Up on the ground, Yuzu sensed that Xiaoqing made the creature furious. The tree searched for Bald Head. It seemed like the honey badger was gone. It probably wants to poop again. Lol. Xiaoqing activated her mental spirit energy. The tortoise countered her attack. The earth shakes as the tortoise darts towards Xiaoqing with all its energy. Xiaoqing hurriedly led it to Yuzu. Creating another barrier, the tortoise made sure not to let the blood herb escape. A tiny creature passes by Xiaoqing. It's the Bald Head. Like a shooting star, the honey badger lunged itself into the tortoise. The tortoise groaned in pain. Bald Head wasn't finished. He won't let this bastard get away again. Xiaoqing warned Bald Head, but the honey badger couldn't hear her. Bald Head charged in multiple directions, knocking the tortoise off. He let out a scream of revenge as he bit the tortoise. The honey badger bleeds, but it does not care. Bald Head just wants to kill this beast once and for all before he could attack the tortoise. Its huge paws struck back. Xiaoqing warned the honey badger for the second time, its teeth barely gripping. Bald Head recalls his precious memory with the tiny creatures that he befriended. Another cry erupted from the honey badger. Is this the end for the tortoise? Originated from different parts of the world, the honey badger is an incredible creature. With its strong paws, wide head, and plump body, it can counter any attacks from the enemy. Furthermore, it is the most vengeful creature out there. As it turns out, the honey badger hasn't reached its final form. Prepare to die, you giant tortoise. The honey badger suddenly changed its color. Looking more deadly than before, the electric energy emitted from its body burns brightly. Moving at a lightning speed, Bald Head flew towards the tortoise. However, Xiaoqing interfered. The honey badger didn't stop fighting. "You can do it, Bald Head." Bald Head dashed everywhere, making sure that the tortoise would knock off on its feet. Xiaoqing cheered for her friend. They thought it was dead, but the show's far from over. Bald Head surely lives up to his name. He is defiant as hell. Even if it is smaller than its opponent, the honey badger simply does not give up. Thankfully, Xiaoqing came to his aid. With his remaining strength, he released a huge blow against the tortoise. Yuzu arrived to help his friends. His roots grew larger, and with Xiaoqing's power, they faced the tortoise together. Go-Go Power Rangers. At last, Yuzu arrived. Currently on Transcend Rank 1, the Sand Rock Giant tortoise can shake the ground with its earthquake ability. Yuzu looked at Bald Head. Badly injured, he reassured the honey badger. "You did very well. You fought valiantly. Our honey badger is the best." He told Bald Head to leave the rest to him. Bald Head sobbed. "Who wouldn't cry? Our guy experienced a lot of pain." Meanwhile, the tortoise finally charged towards the tree. Xiaoqing informed Yuzu not to fight it directly. Ignoring her advice, Yuzu punched the tortoise. It struck one of its horns. Still clutching Bald Head, he threw the honey badger to Xiaohong. The tortoise roared again. Using its feet, it shook the ground, sending earth spikes to the tree. Yuzu's strong branches countered its attack. He slashed the earth spikes as debris fell everywhere in the area. He grabbed the tortoise from the ground, slashing it again with his branches. The tortoise shrieked. The war axe Snake Fist, his final weapon, created a dent on the tortoise's shell. He sends the tortoise away from its territory. Yuzu finally killed the tortoise. 8,000 evolution points. What the F? Bald Head looked at the dead tortoise. The tortoise got what it deserved. Yuzu was overjoyed. They found a lot of ores inside the tortoise's hideout. Xiaoqing also gave in the blood herb. Together with his friends, they started mining the spirit stones to bring back as many ores as they could. Yuzu dug a cave towards his roots. Xiaohong and the wolves dragged many stones while Xiaoqing and Bald Head made a burrow in the cave to cultivate his roots using the stones. They gathered lots of ores, even bigger than the one that the centipede has. Excited to gain more evolution points, the tree evolved again. The spiritual era brought huge changes to the environment. Normal birds migrated to the south, while mutated birds can endure harsh winters longer than normal ones. As the bird flew across the sky, Yuzu struck each one of them, as well as the creatures on the ground. His roots spiraled everywhere, as if they had grown throughout the ground. Yuzu's appearance changed too. His colors changed and his eyes grown fiercer. The tree gained more than 13,000 points due to the spirit's stones. His abilities enhanced as well as his branches and roots. Apart from his hallucinogenic fog, he can control the sand too. You mean ground? Lol. He quickly tested his ability, which even transcend rank 2 is terrifying. The sand control can only range to a few hundred meters. With this additional talent, maybe he would be able to walk freely. Having sufficient points, Yuzu enhanced his life force talent. Enhancing his regeneration ability would make him more invulnerable. As he evolved, his surroundings became more colorful. Flowers began to grow, and his appearance felt like he's a tree during autumn season. Cutting one of his branches, Yuzu saw the improvement of his abilities. His friends rejoiced with his progress. Xiaoqing thinks the tree reached a spiritual energy of 30,000. Those ores are something. The falcons came back from their patrol. However, only 2 of them reported to Yuzu. Apparently, they discovered something suspicious on the ground. Yuzu asked one of the falcons to fetch his brothers. Suddenly, the wild cow asked Yuzu for a sandflower. They quickly grabbed it by its mouth. The wild cow transformed. It finally reached beginner level 9. Furthermore, the wild cow can speak too. He plans to enhance Xiaohong as well. Hungry for more power, Yuzu expanded his cave. All his companions continued to transport more spirit stones. As for Xiaoqing, she returned to Xiaoling's body again. Her fire energy and mental spirit fuse, making her more awesome. Slay Queen. The instructor asked for Xiaoling. He showed her a mutant who has genes of both human and wolf. What does this mean to the human race? And for Yuzu, sitting on Yuzu's branches, Baldhead recalls his memory with the tiny creatures. As he sat with his loneliness, Yuzu slapped him with his branches. Baldhead is being lazy again. Back in the research lab, the instructor talks about the mutant. It seemed like the cells extracted from the humans could not resist the wolf's cell. As a result, thousands of experiments failed. Moreover, another batch of humans will be tested for the experiment. The instructor stated that sacrifice is necessary for the sake of humanity. To achieve it, they need to capture Yuzu. As Yuzu gets stronger, humans are getting smarter too. At the Bayou Canyon, Qianqing, a super being, is leading a group of people towards the mountain. Another 2 super beings, Qianfeng and Qiantong, were tasked to collect a spiritual herb and kill a few mutated creatures. Qianqing alerted them. A rank 1 mutated wildcat pounced, but Qiantong easily killed it with his hands. Qianqing detected another beast again. She asked the group to retreat this time. Before they could run, a white tiger launched at them, killing one of humans. Qiantong attacks, but he was easily defeated by the tiger. Oblivious in the fact that bullets won't kill the tiger, the spectacle guy fired his gun. Wow, the stupidity. The tiger killed the spectacle guy of the one bite. Qianfeng asked Qianqing to quickly retreat and go back to the army. Before she could run, Qianfeng's head was squished beneath the tiger's paw. Not again. These mutated beasts have no chill. As the tiger opens its mouth to Qianqing, a branch grabbed it. Yuzu arrived to save Qianqing. The white tiger screamed. As she closed her eyes, Qianqing fainted. Back in the forest, the white tiger faces the whole band. Baldhead got pissed when he knew that his one level lower than the tiger. Using his life essence, Yuzu wanted to befriend the tiger. Ultimately, the white tiger meowed and licked Yuzu's face. He wondered what would happen if he used it to the super beings that he saved. Qianqing woke up. In front of her, Yuzu and his companion smiled at her. She urged the 2 super beings to wake up. No way she would survive with these mutated beasts. Qianqing thinks she's going to die. Using his essence again, she grabbed Qianqing. Qianqing screamed. Why, this looks like she is being sexually harassed. Qianqing thinks this tree has a country and Yuzu is the leader. Yuzu asked Qianqing about her ability. She told him about her intuition. Yuzu laughed. He thinks that Qianqing's ability is a joke. What an asshole. Yuzu commanded Qianqing to train his pets. Obviously, Qianqing protested. Yuzu activated the life essence. With a simple command, Qianqing will become his slave. This tree is becoming evil. He asked any pervert thing you could ask to a woman. Wow, not only did he become stronger, but he also became worse too. Yuzu thought he could fully control Qianqing. The tree gave his life essence to the other super beings. He wanted them to train his companions. Yuzu also plans to build a home for them. He is directly guarding the underground cave containing the ores, and the humans are housed near the life essence pond inside one of his many interlacing branches. The tree country is coming along nicely. Now that his chores are done, it's time to get back into business. Not only can he move freely on land, but he also has the potential to become an existence known as the God of Willows. When he started this life, he might have dared to think of these grand thoughts, but now, they have become realistic. His spirits are at an all-time high. He has become an avid believer that anything is possible due to his extraordinary circumstances. He has become a mutant willow with a 500-year lifespan. His passive inherent skills are improving at a decent rate, and he has 13,432 evolution points to spend as he sees fit. When he broke through the second level, he had harvested over 5,000 evolution points, while killing the Earthstone turtle gave him another 8,000. He has observed that entry-level 1 monsters provide 10 evolution points, and entry-level 2 provides 20 subsequently. For creatures of extraordinary rank, on the other hand, the evolution points gained are calculated according to their spiritual power. A beast with 80,000 spiritual power can net him around 8,000 evolution points. He was also notified that he had gained the power to manipulate the earth element. An earth-bending tree combo goes crazy. He could upgrade this ability further by absorbing a large amount of earthstones or hunting more earth turtles. Consuming 1,000 evolution points, he decisively reinforced his earth element ability. He could not help but feel a sting with the number of points he must spend the minute he achieved his second-order transcendental status as a creature. With his reinforcement, the whole forest lit up in a blinding light. Every single creature under his rule felt that the tree they all served just got a whole lot stronger. Finally, it's time to get up. The ground trembled in his power as the terrain that was once flat is now filled with raised cliffs made by his power. His power to control Earth has become significantly strong, but the range is still somewhat limited. The honey badger, Bald Head, was once again a victim of his master's experimentation as he slowly loses grip at the edge of the raised cliff. He slowly fell from a terrifying height, and as he banged against the side of the cliff multiple times, he began to accept his fate. Thankfully, all he sustained were some minor injuries, but the pain of always being the victim of his boss shenanigans hurts more. The boss tree is playing favorites when it comes to his underlings. Consuming 3,000 more points to reinforce the earth element, Yuzio has become even more determined. The ground raised even higher than he initially did, and Bald Head was once again propelled to the sky on the platform against his will. Every tree root in his body has become akin to that of a turtle. It can now tear apart the land and cause catastrophic earthquakes. If he goes all out with his roots, it'll be enough to raise a wave of land hundreds of meters tall and drown anything in its path. But using spiritual energy at that massive of a scale only increases injuries in his own body. The first thing he needs to do is take control of this land, and only then can he travel across the world. Yuzi revels in his recent achievements while Bald Head cries at his fate. His misfortunes probably came from incurring debts in his past life as he's now stuck atop his master's artificially made concrete towers. Meanwhile, in a county on another continent, a peaceful port city can be seen. A man looks out to the sea. An impending doom strikes him as this peaceful port city might become not so peaceful anymore. Ocean waves tall enough to devour the city rampage and reach land before the people can even react. Their charge is so powerful that it reaches the city and almost devours the high-rise buildings. This tsunami is tearing away the homes of a lot of people, but the wave itself is the least of their concerns. Along with the tsunami, a monstrous sea creature jumps on the residential buildings looking for humans to prey on. Zooming out of the rampaging wave, it seems like the monstrous deep has emerged onto Earth as they look for nourishment in the form of the entire human population. This is genuinely the worst-case scenario for us if it becomes real. The masses are wildly unprepared for this development as they become an all-you-can-eat buffet for the monstrous creatures. Amid the high-rise buildings flooded by the ocean, a massive figure starts to emerge. It is the first-order transcendentalist creature, Crimson Octopus. Its power is demonstrated simply by its size, which rivals that of a building. Not far from this monstrosity, another massive figure is also rising from the fog. It is the third-order transcendentalist, Golden Eel, and is also heading towards the bustling human cities. 5 hours later, in another location far away, we see the prestigious place housing the leader of the country, the White House. That White House looks fancy as hell. The frantic and angry voice of the nation's leader can be heard inside as he receives reports that the military response has been at a snail's pace with regards to the recent monster development. The entire city of Jinshin has been brought into ruins, and the death toll is continuing to rise. He is an update regarding the mutant sea creatures invading their land. The woman named Aaron promptly explains that they have discovered that the mutated beast is a large basilisk belonging to an ancient species. It is estimated to be 100 meters long and weighs 70,000 tons. As for its spiritual power index, the lowest estimate they have is 170,000, and it can be upwards of 250,000. Everyone in the room knows that this piece of information is a game changer for the nation and for humanity itself. It turns out that they have already tried launching 3 nuclear bombs to slay the beast, but only one has landed. As of this moment, it has retreated to the bottom of the sea, so pinpointing its location has proved to be impossible. The leader becomes furious that only a single nuke hit and they still haven't confirmed if it was eliminated or not. These deep-sea creatures are fiercely targeting humanity. From now on, it's only going to get worse. Nukes just became useless so fast. How can humanity bounce back from this? Back in the tree empire of Yuziu, his superhuman with the shadow ability named Qian Feng is brandishing a steel handle with determination. His companion, Qian Qing, is fervently urging someone not to fail this time around. The body-strengthening superhuman, Qian Tong, is also giving his all and demonstrating his strength. The 3 stooges are quick to adapt. Zooming out on the scene, you see Qian Feng cooking with passion. Qian Qing is teaching the same tiger that attacked them some basic human phrases, while Qian Tong is grappling with the monkey, which completely overpowers him. Even the mighty bull is acting as the assistant chef, assisting with the cooking, while the tiger is too unintelligent to absorb any human language. This beast is the most foolish among all the monsters in the forest. This tiger is just like me, for real. Though devastated by their tasks, the battered muscle freak offers soup to the stressed-out teacher. Surprisingly, the evolved bull can now speak fluently as it comforts them, explaining that even he cannot completely subdue the other beasts. It's been 3 days since they arrived here and had their lives essentially handed over to the tree. Now, they work according to his wishes. They never would have thought that 300 kilometers away from the city, this type of mythical creature would exist. If the military knew about this, they would surely use everything in their power to eliminate him. Anyway, if they want to leave, they must teach the beasts the ways of humans. They have no choice in this matter. Seeing the foolish tiger, the primary reason that they're here in the first place, they cannot help but facepalm at their decisions. Yuziu stands tall and stalwart as the monarch of the forest, and Xiaoqing asks him why he made the superhumans stay. He explains that he did it because he's aware that human knowledge is crucial for all of them, including in battles. With that in mind, she also has something to report to her master regarding developments on the human side. She informs him that the humans have finally utilized a nuclear bomb. Out of the 3 that were fired, 1 hit its target while the other 2 bounced off due to the golden eel's roar. By using sound pressure, it changed the trajectory of the target nukes, and even after being hit by 1 nuclear bomb, it managed to escape back into the sea. The monsters have finally witnessed humanity's terrifying side. This makes him think that unlike the sea monster, which has the sea as its escape route, he has nowhere to go. You must evolve fast to the point of nuke invulnerability. When asked if the sea beast would die, he simply reasons that the nuclear bomb's power isn't the scariest part. It's the radiation. Now that they're in the evolution era, if the sea beast can evolve and gain resistance to radiation, it would spell disaster for humanity. Let's just wave the white flag at the point. They need to search for stronger companions from now on and quickly establish the underground empire. Meanwhile, in the depths of the ocean, the golden eel writhes in pain as the radiation and wounds from the nuclear weapons impact slowly test it. Back in the valley, Yuziu's branches and roots spread far and wide across the plains. He picks up every single unevolved beast that he deems worthy of a new life and brings them directly in front of him. Bro is casually picking new members for the evolution tryouts. He lowers them into a shallow hole surrounded by the evolved beasts. The 3 humans watch with confusion as it appears they're witnessing some sort of ritual. The new beasts try to intimidate their way out of the hole, but they are met with the imposing figure of the massive fire fox. There's no need to scare them any further as Yuziu begins infusing these beasts with life essence. The humans watch with envy as they witness precious life essence being given to a bunch of wild beasts. The boar evolves into a beginner rank 6 mutated wild boar with a defensive life force talent, pleasing the tree. Though it's not stronger than the fox and the tiger, it still belongs to the second tier along with bald head, monkey, and the peregrine falcon faction. They could be the 4 powerhouses. Now it's the alligator's turn. After receiving the life essence, it undergoes a significant transformation, turning blood red in color, growing horns, and sprouting spiky crystals all over its body. Everyone is shocked as it evolves into the ancient emperor alligator. Xiaoqing recalls having seen this type of beast in her instructor's book before. Some beasts can revert to their ancestral forms and transform into their most ruthless and ferocious state given the right circumstances. As the alligator poses threateningly, a familiar figure of the fox enters the picture. It seems like a clash of the titans is about to commence, as these two remarkable creatures are about to determine the rankings right there and then. Place your bets, folks. The two beasts faced off against each other with the pure aim of determining who is stronger between them. Every other revolved beast watched in anticipation and seriousness for the battle about to begin. Meanwhile, Baldhead sat atop a tree branch, munching on some nuts as if he were about to watch a blockbuster movie. This badger is living the high life. The mutated red fox is a powerful beginner rank 9 creature that can bend fire to its will. It is a fearsome beast by every metric. Even the superhumans watching from afar were hyped for this monstrous battle. The alligator initiated the first move as it let out a roar that tore through the air and the ground. Every single platform and footing the fox chose to stand on was quickly and savagely slashed by the air current. The fox managed to close the distance and dodge every shocking air blade the alligator unleashed. It's getting hard to keep up with the speed of the match taking place. The fox landed, but the alligator had its fangs ready to pounce, and that's precisely what it did. The caught fox noticed that the alligator is about to go for another move as it lifted its massive legs up. If you've seen any nature documentaries before, this is the legendary alligator death roll. Once the reptile catches its prey in its jaws, it will do everything in its power to tear it apart. Straight out of Animal Planet, the alligator dove down the ground and a massive cloud of smoke obscured everyone's view. The battlefield cleared up, revealing that the fox had managed to break free from the alligator's clutches, leaving its jaws wide open. This development caused an uproar among everyone in the audience. The fox gathered a massive amount of energy and turned it into a blazing inferno, ready to be released at any second. The massive blaze was unleashed at the open mouth of the alligator. That heat is the final level of Ghost Pepper challenges. An explosion of fire and dust filled the air around the forest. Even Yuzu himself could not be certain of the result of the final clash. As the smoke cleared, we saw the alligator and the fox facing each other at a safe distance. Just as the fight started, both of their faces went from nodding smiles to laughter. The boss knows that this can only mean that the two monstrous beings acknowledge each other's powers. Chao Ching is pleased with this unexpected addition to their forces. With genes from the ancient era, if this new member is nothing to look down upon. This ancient emperor alligator is also a beginner rank 9. It has the activism life force talent. The angrier it gets, the stronger it becomes. This alligator belongs in Dragon Ball, along with bone armor, sharp teeth, and sound shock. This beast is not someone to mess with. With the conclusion of the grand battle, Yuzu called out to the superhuman subordinates, the Qing Gang. The next day, it seems that the humans are undergoing some physical training along with the beasts. In front of Yuzu, the muscular Qing Tong is kneeling on one knee while being admonished for his greedy motives. He wants to receive more of the God Tree's life essence. This is a world where the strong prosper and the weak perish. He's just a weakling with no background who happened to awaken a body-strengthening talent. The God Tree, Yuzu, is his only hope of becoming stronger. Yuzu simply warned this greedy human that he would never trust someone who would betray their own race, dismissing the man. He apologized for intruding and wasting the God Tree's time and took his leave. No level up juice for you, buddy. When asked why he rejected the man, Yuzu reasoned that he has been kind enough already. This place is filled with spiritual energy that anyone would be willing to stay here. Every single human he took in has also improved their strengths by leaps and bounds, achieving rank 6 and rank 7. Shao Ching reasoned that having these powerful humans should be beneficial to them. They will provide much needed convenience in the coming days, but he knows that some people are born differently. When given something, they'll treat it as a habit and take as if it's something owed to them. The day you stop giving is the same day that person will turn on you. This tree knows humans like the back of his branch. In his eyes, humans are just like that. Now whether that's the case with the man and his crew, he still needs to observe longer, now that the valley has entered a peaceful period, and they have the ores to use as a foundation. All they need to do is stay low-key. Shanxing also updated that the silver centipede has been caught and is now under experimentation by the humans. It is unbelievable to him that humanity has already captured such a powerful beast in just a month of struggle. She's planning to absorb this silver centipede's spirit soul. Maybe then she can reach rank 1. He's unsure about this plan, as a transcendent rank 2 silver centipede's spirit soul isn't something that anyone can just play around with. The worst case scenario is that she can have her soul devoured. But she's already made up her mind regarding this matter. She's tackling it with utmost confidence. You can see that this girl is also starting to learn how to stand on her own 2 feet. It seems like she's grown a lot while staying with humans. Their conversation was interrupted by a commotion happening at a distance away. Since the hot-tempered alligator was captured by Yuzu and has been behaving and suppressing its wild temper, that's until the mischievous bald head, who thinks he's the strongest, appeared and continuously provoked it for a fight. This little guy has some deadly hobbies, man. With countless life and death fights, Baldhead's compatibility has now reached the peak of beginner rank 7. Other than Baldhead, the gold silk monkey and the wild boar have also teamed up and reached rank 7.